The Spurs came into the arena earlier with one thought on their mind, walking out of here with a win. The bronze likeness of Lakers great Magic Johnson that can be found just outside the front door of our location today, the Staples Center. Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. We're all dressed up and ready to go. Tonight, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs as they play against the Los Angeles Clippers here at the Staples Center. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Well, a chance to check out some stats for Paul George.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Good evening, Kevin. Well, last season, Paul George had a homecoming. He said, as a kid, I pictured playing in L.A., my parents being able to watch me at Staples. I'm not playing for the Clippers. This is home. I'm playing for the home team. Doesn't get any better than that. And Kevin, his family is backing him up. They show up to every game here.
Wow, what a story. David, thank you. Tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt. Yeah. And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. DeRozan out there with Chris. Then there's DeJounte Murray. Then there's Jakob Poeltl. And it's Walker in at the shooting guard position. And for Los Angeles, Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Ibaka in at the 5 down low. Now here's DeRozan. No good. Shot missing. Good work defensively by Morris. Here's Leonard. Got it from 16 feet.
Well, we know this about Kawhi Leonard. He can score at all 3 levels, taking advantage of the mid-range game there.
And DeRozan kicks to Poeltl. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Walker taking his time here. Here's DeRozan. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, they put the defense on them. Aggressive, intimidating. They blocked a lot of shots in that one.
It was obvious. They pressured that team from the outset every trip down the floor. That will wear an opponent down over time.
And now the Clippers on the break. That's a 2 from Kennard. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Walker the pass to Murray. Walker against Morris. Baseline jumper. Walker's shot is off.
Defensive positioning so important, and he could not have played him better there.
Up again. It's good on the putback.
Well, at a healthy 235, Marcus Morris is pretty good at throwing his weight around, especially on the glass.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Now here's Leonard. He had 22 points in the win against Minnesota.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway.
Well, a look at Lonnie Walker, the 18th pick in that 2018 draft. He's being brought along slowly as the team loves his potential, but he has a lot to smooth out with his game.
The Spurs have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. There's the pass to Chris. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Here's DeRozan. He can't get that one to fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Ray, you talk about the upside with Lonnie Walker. This team loves his athleticism.
You know, not the typical Spurs-type player we've seen targeted in the past. An athletic maniac who can fly end to end. The polish to his game will come. It's just going to take some time.
Here's Murray. The rebound by Paul George.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And they'll keep possession. And Ibaka slams it in.
We know this about Serge Ibaka. This guy is a strong presence on the offensive glass. If you don't check him out, you're going to get hurt.
Pass to Murray. The Clippers grab the miss. They beat the Spurs during their last encounter in San Antonio.
They needed a few extra minutes to get the W in that game, but they got it just the same.
You know, this was about their perseverance and their conditioning. To me, that was the difference in overtime.
And San Antonio calls the first time out of the game. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, I mean, nobody saw that game going to overtime, much less double overtime. And then also to get the victory, wow.
And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. Fourth, the Clippers.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
Walker's shot is off.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Active defense from Jakob Poeltl. That's the key. When he stays active and alert, blocks are going to be there for him.
Reagan, 1991, you were drafted 12th overall. Talk about early expectations as a first-round pick. Your son going through it right now.
Yeah, no doubt. Listen, everyone wants to see what you've got. And also, you want to prove that you belong. And so because of that, though, and especially in today's game, sometimes judgment comes way too quickly. And we've seen it with a lot of great young players that because they come in a lot earlier in terms of their age, it may take them an extra year or two to figure it all out. And so the teams that are most patient in allowing those kids to mature at their own level tend to be the ones that get the higher rewards.
Indeed. And we see so much impatience, and it causes problems. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Well, this guy, a top 10 pick in 2016, we have seen Marquise Chris's talent. We've also seen the areas where he can improve.
Leonard. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Trailing here by 8. Murray dishes to DeRozan. Spurs passing it around. 5 on the clock. 11 feet away, and it's the Clippers with the rebound. Leonard's got his 4th rebound in this one.
I'll tell you, a rough quarter for him, and that puts so much pressure on the guys around him.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instinct and his anticipation.
That free throw good from Kennard. He hits both from the stripe.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Morris against DeRozan. Pass to Walker. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. Here's Walker. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Boston. And it's good off the back rim and in. Walker's got his second basket. Here now, the Clippers. They're on a 14-6 run. Outside Leonard. Shoots over DeRozan. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on George.
Well, that's really good work inside from DeMar DeRozan. You know, he knows how to get position where a defender is almost forced to foul him.
The Spurs shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
2 shots.
And that free throw good from DeRozan.
And you watch DeRozan play, he still has that explosiveness. Great first step out of the triple threat position. Can switch directions on the go. Is still a handful to slow on the perimeter.
DeMar DeRozan hits them both. Greg, with the explosiveness you talked about with DeRozan, it helps that he finishes so well when he gets to the rim.
And maybe not what he once was, but he is still an elite level athlete. Doesn't only have to drop the hammer when he gets to the rim either. Very smooth at adjusting mid-flight to finish at the rim.
Now here's Murray. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Chris passed to Walker. Back to Chris. 6 to shoot. No luck. They battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Pass to Leonard. Shoots over DeRozan. And the Clippers miss again. Spurs trail by 6. Pirtle kicks to Murray. Pirtle inside. Defended by George. That one drops for him.
Well, the hard work on the offensive glass pays off for Jakob Pirtle. Like to see that mindset from the big man. Goes back up strong as soon as he gets his hands on the basketball.
Now here is George. A 38-point game for him in the win against Minnesota.
You know what else impressed me? How infectious his tenacity was. Simply a wrecking ball on the boards, collected huge amounts of rebounds.
Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Ibaka. Batum comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Andrew Beverly, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. Rajon Rondo subbed in for George.
And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for Pirtle. He's putting up 6 points a night, 12 rebounds, and over 2.5 blocks. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
And that one falls for White. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. And both free throws good for White. Los Angeles leading by 3. The pass to Beverly. And here's Leonard. Not going to go that time. Gay with the defensive effort. Here are the Spurs with the ball. White the pass to Gay. Back to White. The feed to Pirtle. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Pirtle's got his second bucket of the night.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Well, as usual, a lot of offense in the NBA is being generated from the small forward position this season. Here are the league's best at that position. In the third spot, Kawhi Leonard.
A lot of the NBA's most explosive players man that small forward position, and you're looking at a pretty good collection of them right there.
Boy, that's putting it mildly. The offensive firepower they're packing is superb, and their talent runs the gamut. They can hurt you inside, long range, anywhere in between. They're all just too tough to stop.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
You just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
We are talking about a solid 230 pounds. Kawhi Leonard's strength and his frame allows him to get shots off under duress.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Free throw drops for Leonard.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Mills can't hit. The Clippers in the lead. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, I'll tell you this, if the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverly has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Here's Rondo, shoots over Mills. The shot by Rondo is no good.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Here's Gay. 80 that time from Leonard. Clippers leading by 4 from 18 feet away. Off the left rim and out. And stolen by Cousins. Rondo with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. A shot, no good. Some solid defense from Gay. Here's Vassell. Defended by Batum. Vassell, the pass to Pirtle. Shot clock at 6. 17-foot shot shot on the way. That's good from Gay on the assist by Pirtle.
And this is an area where Gay is especially dangerous. A terrific mid-range scorer.
Rondo against Gay. Rondo, no good. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. Trailing by 2. White the pass to Mills. It's White on the wing. Defended by Beverly. Mills can't hit. The Clippers shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. A shot by Batum, no good. Here's Vassell. He's covered by Rondo. Kicks it to Pirtle. Here's Vassell. Right now averaging about 5 points a game. Pirtle controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Pirtle's got it all tied up now for the Spurs.
What a terrific rebound and an even better putback. Pirtle gets the chance for the follow-up.
Cousins, the pass to Rondo. Back to Cousins. Rebound, San Antonio. Gay dishes to White. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Back to Gay. Here's Pirtle. And yes, it's good. Pirtle's got 8 points.
Boy, getting his points the hard way. Jakob has to absorb contact and able to use his strength there.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Spurs lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated all the talent on this team.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody wants to win, and there's no egos. Everybody has fun. We play together. We move the ball. We make sacrifices, and we enjoy getting stops.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Total intimidation that first period. That is what has helped power them to this early lead.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for San Antonio, Mills out there with White. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Rudy Gay. And it's Pirtle in at the center, filling out the middle. Now here's Johnson over Leonard. Johnson can't get it to go. Here's Jackson. And the shot falls short this time. San Antonio leading. And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Now Johnson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. From deep. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Clippers have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. No good from Cousins. Over in the corner, White. Again, the miss by the Spurs. The Clippers shooting 23% from the field. That's not going to get it done. And again, it's the Clippers missing. San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Back to Mills. And here is Pirtle. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Boston.
And it felt like he was literally everywhere on the defensive end. Multiple rejections, stifling all game long.
The Clippers trail. Passes it to Leonard. Fires the three. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Johnson, the pass to Pirtle. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3.
2 shots.
It's on DeMarcus Cousins. For San Antonio, they have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line. That free throw, no good. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
So how cool is it that Jakob Poeltl makes NBA history as the first ever Austrian-born player in the league? Doesn't matter what else he does in his career, he'll always have that distinction. That's cool.
Spurs leading by 3. Chris finds Murray. Back to Chris. It's stolen by Ibaka. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. George with the ball.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
Now here's Johnson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Murray. It's hauled in by Paul George. George has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Jackson. Up and in. It's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Pass to Chris. Over Kennard. Misses off the right iron. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. And that's the 3rd of 4 straight played at home. Now here's Murray. A 17-point game for him in the win against Boston.
You know what else impressed me? How infectious his tenacity was. Simply a wrecking ball on the boards, collected huge amounts of rebounds.
They get it again. Kicks it out to Johnson. Back to Pirtle. It's stolen by Ibaka. And pushing it up Los Angeles. The Clippers again in transition.
Well, this is the night you look at your teammates and tap them on the back and say, good job, because for him, he's been struggling all night.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
The Clippers in the lead. 4-on-3 break. Kennard, the pass to Jackson. Walker's checked in for the Spurs. Murray against Jackson. Unable to get that one. Murray with the defensive effort. Johnson dishes to Murray. They could use a bucket. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
This season, he has been absolutely locked in at the free throw line. How about 90%?
That one drops. He ties it up. And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. LA has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Jackson kicks to Ibaka. Jackson against Murray. Outside, George launches a 3. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Now, Paul George is a phenomenal catch-and-shoot guy. Measures the shot before receiving the pass. It's hard to guard.
Chris finds Johnson. Pass to DeRozan. Clock at 4. Paul George grabs the miss. George has got his 7th rebound here tonight. And Ibaka slams it in.
Well, just terrific timing from the power forward Serge Ibaka. He is a sensational leaper.
And the pass to DeRozan. To the middle. Here's Chris. That shot off the mark. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's Morris. And the shot is good. Now it's a 6-point Clipper lead.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Outside, Walker. To end the run. Excellent D there from George. LA has gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Count it. Good.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
And now, here's Chris. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Boston. Murray outside. DeRozan surveying the D over Morris. Here's Johnson. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. George has got 9 rebounds now tonight. A 3 from Morris. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Greg, so many people know your story. Born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people, you know, has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball.
Spurs trail by 11. Here's Walker, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul called on Los Angeles. This is his first free throw of the game. That free throw good from Walker. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Serge Ibaka. And San Antonio also making a switch. Gay's checked in. And so Walker nails both of them. Los Angeles leading by 9. George, that's a two-pointer. Vassell grabs the board. San Antonio's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Sinks the triple.
And Gay has become a viable threat from the perimeter. Feels like he can get his shot up over anyone from anywhere.
Now, here's Kennard. He's coming off a 16-point game against Minnesota.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Murray against Rondo. Murray, no good.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
Spurs trail by 8, and a fast break now for the Spurs. Here's Chris, and it's sent back by George.
Paul George, tremendous vertical. How fast does he get off his feet?
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Spurs. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for him.
I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
Now Murray, following the miss by Marcus Morris from deep. And Chris throws it down.
Well, first of all, that's a great pass, but how about Chris with the vertical assault on the rim?
Down low, Morris. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Los Angeles shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
Marcus Morris has proven that he can be effective in any system in the NBA, understands his role as a stretch 4.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for George. And San Antonio also making a switch. Derek White's checked in for DeJounte Murray. And Morris drops them both. Here's White. 9 points last game out. Outside, Walker. Back to White.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Rondo's scanning the floor. Back to Cousins. And they double up Cousins. Beverly wide open. Los Angeles with another miss.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Now here's Rondo. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Cousins. The shot, no good. Walker with some nice D. Spurs trail by 5. It's hauled in by Beverly. Beverly's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Rondo gets it to go on the assist by Beverly.
And although not the biggest guy, you got to love how Rondo uses his body inside. Has a great touch as well around the rim.
You just have to love that grit and effort on the glass. No problems battling for the basketball.
And the wide open shot from Morris. Off target from 3-point range. And so it's San Antonio with it. Outside, White. Passes it to Gay. And the rejection by Cousins.
DeMarcus Cousins proving you don't have to be a high flyer to block shots. That's about positioning and timing.
Clippers leading by 7. Beverly the pass to Morris. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. For Los Angeles, they have shot 6 or 7 at the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Gay passes to White. Here's Mills. Fires from deep. The shot misses. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started.
Okay.
A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. They were firmly in control in the second quarter, and their lead stands at 8 here at halftime. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
Kenny, how do you think San Antonio played?
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. We're seeing a tremendous game so far from Marcus Morris.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
Really putting his handprint on this game. You love the hustle. You love the work ethic he has had on display.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Clippers leading by 8. We've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Murray outside. Outside DeRozan. Chris with it. Morris is there. Oh, the lob to DeRozan. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Just terrific communication between teammates. DeRozan times his leap to perfection, and the pass was perfect.
And George kicks to Kennard. Leonard with no one around. Sinks the three-pointer. Leonard's got 12.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Outside, Walker. Chris with it. Morris is there. Chris can't hit. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one on DeRozan.
Well, Kawhi Leonard is a career 85% free throw shooter. You do not want to put him at the line.
The Clippers have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
We are looking at the MVP of the 2014 finals. Can we remember that in that series, Kawhi Leonard shot 60% and he guarded LeBron James?
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. Spurs trail by 11. And Walker kicks to Chris. Pass to Pirtle. Outside, Walker. Clock at 6. Here's Murray. No good off the back of the rim.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trail Blazers. And then on Wednesday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Los Angeles Lakers. The free throw drops for Leonard. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. Spurs trail by 13. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And let's take a look at some numbers for Chris. Averaging 9 points per game, 10 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. All around brilliance for him lately. And guys, he's really taken his play to another level.
Don't you get the sense that the confidence is building game by game, and he's starting to put up the numbers that back it up?
The first free throw is good.
You know, to me, one of the real pleasurable aspects of watching DeMar DeRozan work, this guy's footwork is something he's developed, and it's on point.
Both free throws good from DeRozan. Clippers leading by 11. Up top, Leonard. DeRozan defending. And Pirtle sends it back to the paint. And finished off by DeRozan.
That's one way to do it. DeRozan shows off his aerial skills with the firm finish.
Leonard, that's for 2. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Leonard's got 18 points in the game.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 9 on the basket for Murray.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Leonard kicks to George. Beyond the arc. And DeMar DeRozan pulls it down. DeRozan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And a wide open look for Walker. And the 3 off target. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3 ball.
The free throw drops for Ibaka. Greg, we are in an era of positionless basketball, and we know the All-Star game now has a 2 backcourt, 3 front court position as opposed to 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center when you're voting. Should they get rid of those designations entirely?
I tell you what, I think you can make a strong case for that. You go back to last season, many felt Jimmy Butler got robbed of a starting spot.
Yes.
I think, listen, this is the fans' vote. Why not the 5 top vote getters? I don't care if they're 4 guards. If the 5 players that the fans want to see the most play a certain position, then so be it. You know, they're not going to play all 48 minutes. You're still going to have your 7 other spots to kind of balance out the roster. I say just let the fans tell you the 5 they want to see, and let's go play.
Now here's Leonard. 18 points for him. And Ibaka slams it in.
And how about Ibaka getting off the floor for that dunk? What a great finish.
Walker, bounce pass. The 17-footer. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut to just 7 on the basket for Murray.
I'll tell you, you have got to have a short memory. You put a poor first half behind you, and you get to work here in the second.
Here's George, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
It's a lengthy list of skill that Paul George brings to the table every night. The offensive glass is just one aspect of a terrific game.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
Let's take a second to see the teams that have been the toughest inside this season so far. 4th, the Clippers.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
Floats one up, and DeRozan lays it in. DeRozan's got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, the danger factor that DeMar DeRozan adds on the offensive end is huge. He puts a ton of pressure on the defense.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. This will make 4 trips to the line so far in the game. Free throw drops for Leonard.
You know, seeing an uptick in his trips to the free throw line, really, since we came out of the half.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And this team will make you pay when they get chances at the free throw line. It's helped them pull ahead here today.
Murray surveying the D. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Now the Clippers moving it up. Jackson's got the ball, and here's Leonard from 3. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. And he's good on the first of 3. Rudy Gay's checked in for Pirtle. And he sinks the second.
And that puts him right around 90 from the free throw line. Really good work here in the second half.
It's good, and he's 100% from the line thus far. And Murray's got the ball here for San Antonio. He kicks it to Walker. The baseline J, and it goes down 2 points. Walker's got 8. Clippers leading by 10. Outside Leonard. Outside Jackson. With some arc, he takes it up and lays it in. Jackson's got his second bucket tonight.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Out to the right wing. Pulls up on the elbow. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. George has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Took him no time at all on that one. Leonard's got the lead up to 14 now for the Clippers.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
Jackson against Walker. Over Jackson, and the rejection by Ibaka. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Here's Leonard, and that one is good.
Timeout, timeout.
Leonard's got 18 points just in the second half.
Well, the defense has been lackluster out of the locker room, and that is why they are finding themselves in a tough spot.
San Antonio calls timeout. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He's just really a one-man wrecking crew down low, and with this timeout, they've got to make some adjustments because he's been steady inside.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in. Whitey's checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for DeJounte Murray. Spurs trail by 16. Up top to Rosen. He's covered by Leonard. Free throw line jump shot. Cousins pulls it in.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him. You will have to finish harder than that if you want to convert in traffic.
Now here's Gay. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
And the length and athleticism Gay offers is exciting. I mean, terrific at scoring the ball, but he can also defend multiple positions.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Rudy Gay. Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Clippers. And both free throws good for Gay. Here's Leonard. 27 points for him. Count it. Leonard's got 29.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Outside DeRozan. Spurs working now with a new shot clock. Chris gets the bucket.
And how about the timing on the backboards there from Chris? Has the size and quickness to be a problem.
Here's Leonard. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. Leonard's got 31 points. Outside DeRozan. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Outside White. That one no good. Great D that time from Leonard. Clippers leading by 16. And it's Beverly missing.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
White, good.
And that's a case where DeMar DeRozan's teammates benefiting from him being a willing distributor. This is a very team-first guy.
Now here's Cousins. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Here's Beverly. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Leonard. Nice D from DeRozan. Spurs trail by 14. Here's White. From outside off the mark. George, that's a 2-pointer. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Hey, you're asking for trouble now if you let Paul George get room to run. Excellent transition and superb at getting himself in the right position.
And the rejection by Cousins. Feeds it to Rondo. Leonard against DeRozan. Tries from 16. Here's Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Well, big frame, great hands, and Cousins a load on the offensive glass.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
White down low, defended by Beverly. And it's White missing. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. Through the contact from long range, and he almost got the hoop to fall. Instead, he'll shoot 3 at the line.
Well, make no mistake, Paul George is a physical guy. He will not shy away from contact on these moves.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
3 shots.
And the first one drops.
And they've been so steady at the line in the second half. Gotten a good volume of free throws and converting at a high clip.
Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. And he's good on the second.
Well, to me, Paul George exemplifies what a leader should be. This guy does not look for his personal stats. He just wants to make the guys around him better.
And he makes all 3. Here's White. He has 7. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. And the Spurs making a change here. Pirtle's checked in. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile 1 block we just saw on replay.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Pass to Vassell. Cousins with it. Over to the wing. The 15-footer. Vassell grabs the board.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Kennard, the pass to Beverly. Now here's Cousins, covered by Chris. Shot clock at 5. Beverly for 3. That shot is off. So the Spurs will take it the other way.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Here's Pirtle. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, this is the expectation for Jakob Pirtle. His scoring in the post has to be there for him.
The pass to Beverly. Here's the floater. It's good. Cousins has got 6 points.
Well, any play that ends with DeMarcus at the cup or in the paint is good offense.
Here's Vassell. Kennard covering. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Marcus Morris is checked in for Paul George. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 44 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Outside Rondo. He feeds it to Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
So how do you maximize a possession, get one of your best scorers from point-blank range?
Now here's Mills. He's guarded closely, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's on Rajon Rondo.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
First trip to the line for him here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. DeMar DeRozan. He's checked in for San Antonio. And both free throws good for Mills. Clippers leading by 19.
I always like to hold for the last shot right here.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance at momentum away from your opponent.
Mills looking it over. Passes to DeRozan. Over Kennard. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. And so it's San Antonio with it. On the court for San Antonio. They've got Pirtle. Derek White is out there with Mills. And there's Chris. And it's DeRozan in at the 3 slot. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Cousins, and Pirtle sends it back. Here's Chris. Pass to Murray. The dish now to Pirtle. He gets it in there. Pirtle's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Spurs.
Jakob Pirtle is cooking today. This guy has tremendous upside, good touch, and a really good feel for the game.
Outside DeRozan. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Clearly a foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The The first free throw is good. And Los Angeles with some changes. Ibaka comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Walker's checked in. Both good from the line that time. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Here's Morris. Walker with the rebound. Walker's got rebound number 5 here tonight. To the inside. Knocked loose. Stolen by Jackson. Pass to Beverly. Dishes to Morris. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5 for 11 night.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And now here's Chris. Kicks to Walker. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Here's Beverly. It's a hand on it. Great positioning on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 19.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Walker. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Los Angeles making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. And so Walker nails both of them. Clippers leading by 17. Outside Jackson. Now the pass to Leonard. The putback, and Leonard stays with it.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Murray outside. DeRozan against Leonard. Passes it to Murray. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pirtle trying to get open. Murray, no good.
Boy, you can see his struggles from the field, and I think it's really starting to get to him.
And the basket is good.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Now here's Walker. Pass to Murray. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Once again off the mark by San Antonio.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
And the basket by Jackson.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
Now here's Murray with the fadeaway. And DeRozan with the basket on the assist by Murray. Murray's got 5 assists tonight.
Well, try as you might, you've got to contest and try to contain DeMar DeRozan. The defense pretty good, but he's even better.
Morris, no good. Spurs trail by 21. Throws it up high, deflects the pass, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
On defense, the Clippers. Good on the bucket. 16 points for DeMar DeRozan.
You know, put a rough first half behind him. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second.
DeRozan against Jackson. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. DeRozan against Leonard. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Well, at 6'9" with good athleticism, dunking not a problem for Mr. Morris. Give him some space, and he makes you pay.
Now here's DeRozan. Ibaka with some nice D. In the corner, Kennard with it. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Leonard against DeRozan. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. Can't capitalize inside. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 25. Kennard's shot is off. Spurs shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. Wide open look here for Murray. Nailed from three-point land. Murray's got 10 points in just the second half. Pass to Leonard. Got a piece of it. Chris with it. Guarded now by Morris. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. He dishes it to Walker. Pirtle, the pass to Chris. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. The offensive rebound, Murray. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Clippers leading by 22. And here's Leonard from 3. Rebound, San Antonio. Murray's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's DeRozan with the drive.
Well, tremendous scoring on the move, right? Not to take anything away from that spot-up mid-range game, but DeRozan just dynamite getting to the cup.
Jackson looking it over. Here's Walker, and Walker throws it down.
Timeout. Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And the Clippers call time here.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, night in and night out, sometimes it's a battle of runs. Who has the most?
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Now here's Leonard. Now Johnson. Outside DeRozan. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Goes up on the wing, and that one hits back iron. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on George.
Very few players in the NBA get to the line as often as DeMar DeRozan. There's a bit of an edge to his game. He's not at all afraid.
Shooting 2.
And that free throw good from DeRozan. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Second free throw, no good. Clippers leading by 17. In the corner, George with it. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
Well, that's his second 3 of the game. 1 in the first half, 1 here.
Spurs trail by 20. And here's Walker. Chris pass to Pirtle. Now here's Murray. Swiped it away. Here's Kennard. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Walker. Chris finds Walker. That one rolling around and rims out.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the San Antonio Spurs. And no good on the shot, trying to follow through after the contact, but he'll shoot 2 at the line instead.
Oh, my goodness. This guy is incredibly explosive. Makes Chris a tough cover.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Chris. So he gets them both. Now here's Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Trying to get open is Ibaka.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
His production has been unbelievable, a testament to how much he cares about his craft.
Now here is George. Following the miss by DeRozan. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
It's really clear to me that Marcus Morris has an unshakable belief in his ability to score at will.
The pass to DeRozan. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on George.
Shooting 2.
That's good from DeMar DeRozan. He makes one of two that time. Los Angeles leading by 21. 1:58 left to play here in the fourth. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
He's off on the first. A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Batum comes in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for George. Good on the second free throw. There's 1:54 left to play in the final quarter. And here's Mills for three. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Outside Jackson. Passes it to Zubac. 6 to shoot. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 4 assists now tonight.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Clippers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Kawhi Leonard.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Kawhi Leonard. There's 47 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Johnson down low, defended by Batum, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And Johnson drops them both. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Rondo. That shot misses. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Here's Dotson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. He's perfect from the line this time. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Outside Rondo. So the Clippers winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Kawhi, another stop.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.